Can you please enumerate why a mutual fund exchange is a taxable event? Because it's called constructive receipt, Dan. The IRS says, Dan, outside of your retirement plan, if you have this in the American Funds Growth Fund, and then you switch it into the money market fund, as far as the IRS is concerned, you could have had that money for that redemption. That's called constructive receipt, and you're going to pay taxes on it. Does it increase the cost basis? Well, yeah, cost basis will go up because you're buying new shares. Dividend reinvestment programs are very testable. So, Dan, I tell the mutual fund, I don't need the dividends or capital gains, just reinvest them. It's called a DRIP. Is the capital gains realized at the time of the exchange? Yes, redemption of the fund is going to be a taxable event. I had a guy, Dan, he had a 6 and he joined me in a 7 class. We were going over this concept. He said, Dean, I learned this the hard way. He said, when I got my 6, they gave me an orphaned account. And the orphaned account that they gave me had this huge position in this growth fund. And I did call them and I said, hey, why don't we put down a money market and redeploy a different asset allocation model? And then they were mad when they had an $80,000 capital gains tax. And I said, well, I'd be mad too. Nobody expects you to be an accountant, but we do expect you to have a general understanding of the tax consequences of those investments. I'll give you your board. Before I give Brian his board, Dan, please note, this question is very testable. Eric, this is the kind of question I want you to bring next Tuesday. Some specifics, right? Some meat on this thing that we can get at. Brian, what do you got on the board there for us?
I don't think we know what exam this is, but this is very testable.
Every exam is true of, isn't it?
Pretty much for the 7 as well. What I believe Dan was first asking was, what if we take money out of the Vanguard Growth Fund and put it into the Vanguard Income Fund? Right? As Dean said, it's constructive receipt. You just chose to put it in a new fund. Or think of it this way, it's like buying one stock, selling it, and buying another stock, right? It's a capital gain. Anytime you realize a capital gain on an asset, it's taxable. So this is the exchange that he was talking about, is taxable. Same thing. If you receive dividends and or capital gains and say, no, thanks, just put it back and buy more shares. That's still a taxable event. And they are very, very testable.
Yeah.
Depending on the test you're taking.
The IRS, the IRS calls that constructive.
These are all taxable events. Yeah.
Constructive receipt. You could have had the money as far as the IRS is concerned.